All right, Scott, you know these TMZ segments, they're just getting more and more and more important. We had to come over to the corner and sit down. Normally we're over there standing up, but we want to sit down for this one.
We poured a special drink for ourselves.
A special drink to get going here. A couple big topics. Let's bring in Michael Babcock. He's been on the show a couple of times with us. Good to see you, my friend. How are you?
Hey, guys, I'm doing well. How are you?
Good.
We're doing good on this day. We know we can't really get enough of the Jay-Z story for sure, and you guys have been over-delivering in some cases. I mean, the twists and turns of all this, and it doesn't even feel like we're close to done, but you guys there's been some new developments, private investigator, Jane Doe back in it. Break it down for us a little bit, Michael.
Yeah, this is really interesting, and you're right. It seems to be never-ending. So Diddy is obviously dealing with criminal charges. He's dealing with a bunch of civil lawsuits as well. Well, Jay-Z was named in one of these civil lawsuits, and Jay-Z was accused of sexually assaulting a person who says they were a teenager at the time, way back in 2000. So she files the lawsuit anonymously as a Jane Doe. Last week, she decides that she's going to drop the lawsuit. So the lawsuit is dismissed. Now, Jay-Z is on the attack now. He is actually suing the woman and suing the attorney that was representing her. Well, now we've got a private investigator who, it's unclear who she works for. She does not work for Jay-Z. She does not work for his attorney. She went and actually found this Jane Doe, and on February 21st, so just a few days ago, had a conversation with this woman, and she claims, the PI does, that the Jane Doe said, "I never claimed that Jay-Z did anything. He never sexually assaulted me, but my attorney wanted to include Jay-Z, presumably because he's super wealthy and has got a lot of money." So she files this document with the court, essentially saying, "Hey, the woman told me that the attorney, made this whole story up." Now, Buzbee, who is the attorney, Tony Buzbee, he says, look, that's absolutely false. He says, he goes, this, in fact, and I have receipts for this, he goes, this case was referred to me, and when it was referred to me, it was involved Jay-Z already at that point. So he is adamant that he is not the one behind the Jay-Z aspect of this. But I think, like you said, the bottom line is this is just... It's a never-ending fight between these parties.
Far from over, and just throwing people into a lawsuit.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Right. And especially with those allegations.
Yeah. Right. This guy's got money, so wow. All right. This next. Normally, I love talking about the Hoff. Anytime we can get the Hoff talking about him, the Hoff. Anytime there's something going on. But this case, I don't really want to be talking about this one because David Hasselhoff is in the news because this is sad. I mean, his ex-wife Pamela committed suicide.
Yeah, it's really, really sad. And, they were married for quite a while. They were married from 1989 to 2006. Now, it was a contentious divorce, unfortunately, and they fought for really a decade after they did split. But tragically, she was found last night. She was found deceased. Her family hadn't heard from her in a couple of days. She was living out here in the LA area. So they said, look, we're going to go over and we're going to check on her and make sure she's okay. They get to the home, they go inside, and they find her inside, and she had been gone. She had been passed away by that point. There was nothing that anyone could do. And obviously, to say the least, an incredibly tragic story.
Gosh, awful. Has David commented yet? Do we any?
He has. Yeah, and good for him. I mean, I think like most people would agree, put aside your differences. You were married to this person for a decade and a half. So he put out a really nice statement and sent his thoughts, prayers, regards to her family. And, despite the fighting that they had, obviously they spent a lot of time together. And I think it's a sad moment for him as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think they had two daughters together, one 34,
yeah, right. They've got kids.
So.
Exactly. So this is, this is big for him. Even if they despised each other, right? That's the mom to your children. And I think because of that, this obviously has impacted him in a real way.
Absolutely.
Sure. And we'll continue to. Well,
right.
Michael, thanks for always coming on and getting us caught up with everything going on. These stories, I tell you, they're on top of them, every single one. As long as it's within 30 miles.
Yeah, right.
That's it. 31, we don't do it.
Yeah, anything outside of the zone.
No. 30, wait,
bye, guys.
Hey, boss, is that 31 miles? Yep, don't do it. Come on back. Bring the car back.
Harvey's like, you're outside of the zone. Get back in.
Stay in the zone.
Oh, my gosh, I love it. Great stuff. There's all your info. Check them out, tmz.com, and you can see them right here on Fox 40. We don't just do it once, Scott. We do it at 2 p.m. and 3:30. That's how much we love it.
Oh, man. Michael Babcock, he's the best. Appreciate when he pitches in.